What is your expectation for changes in regulation or disclosures coming out of kind of all of the last couple of weeks and the chaos in the crypto market?
I think that the centralized players are under-regulated. Now, the issue here is we need to be very careful about what works and what doesn't, and kind of where the dividing line should be. Because when it comes to the decentralized lending protocols, you could watch some of these liquidations happen on chain in real time as they were happening during the liquidity crisis a couple of weeks ago, as the prices were getting drawn down, and that's painful for whoever's taking out a margin position on chain. But the protocols worked. Right. And I think some of that is kind of missing here. The real issues were in the centralized black boxes that sat on top of this. And we're basically, holding themselves out to be these really robust banks with good risk controls and really strong products that were run by professional teams. When in reality, they're basically, under-reserved banks with poor risk controls. Even if they were defrauded, some of these companies, to have 50% of your outstanding loan book be with one counterparty, that's just piss poor risk management, right? There's no other way to slice it, no matter how big Three Arrows was in terms of its import as an industry player. So I think that's one of the things that's going to be hard. That's going to be a bell that can't get unrung, right? And I think that regulating centralized entities is important. And in fact, most people that are serious in the industry talk about the need to regulate the centralized entities here that are handling customer funds, that are making markets, and that are facilitating lending or exchange, right? I don't know anyone serious that's arguing against that. What the issue is going to be is, where do we draw the line, and can we ensure that some of the open protocols and peer-to-peer financial activity, like on-chain lending or like decentralized exchange, is not touched, and it's fought for and vigorously defended, so it's not thrown out with the bathwater when we start to see some more stringent regulations on the centralized entities. And if we do our jobs right, kind of collectively as an industry, I think that's where we'll end up, where the peer-to-peer will be protected, and the centralized entities that look like banks or regulated like banks, centralized exchanges that operate like New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, they're regulated as such. And that'll ultimately usher in the next wave of growth and institutional adoption. So I think everybody wins if we can get that balance right.